Hello, welcome back. This is Charlie at My Messy Fingers. I am doing another signature for the album with Graphic 45's collection, Sunshine on My Mind. And Scrap and Create provided me all the paper to do this. So this is, what signature are we working on here? This is going to be signature number 2 for page 1. And while I'm here, this is the pullout that I created with just a simple band. I did run some ribbon under here. I should have cut it off before I put the paper down, but I didn't. I used one of the little brass elements that I got with the collection as the pull so that you could find it, because these do go in there quite deep. And then this one here, this was done with an 8x8. This one was done with 8x8. These pocket pullouts are 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. And then your paper is going to be cut 7 1/2 by 7 1/2. And I chose this side. And then here we have just a simple scrap that's covering. And again, I used a brass piece for the pull. I haven't done the third one yet. I'll do that here when we get down to that part in the paper collection and the making of the album. So this is what I have put together for a base. I'm using the black, and then I'm going to accent it with some of the black gingham that's in your scraps. And then I have an ephemera piece plus a sticker piece that is going to get glued right here. And this says, enjoy life. So it's going to come in like this. This is going to come off just a little bit. No biggie, it's behind the scallop. Now, this piece without the scallop is measuring at 2 1/4 inches by the 8 inches in its height. And then whatever you're using to embellish the end of the pocket, you'll need to allow for your room to do that. My piece is 5/8. So I've got to take a 3/4 of an inch extra, run this through, and then I have my strip. And then the 1/8 of an inch comes off when it runs through the die cutting machine. This piece, your base piece, is going to measure in at 7 5/8 across by 8 inches. The 8 inches will be the constant height measurement throughout. So let's go ahead and get this assembled. Slide that on there. And then I'm going to glue this piece down. Oh, let's take the top stopper out. That just might help a little bit. And put that in there so there's a little bit of a black edge all the way around. And then my embellished piece, the ephemera. And it's supposed to sit at this angle because I had already put the sticker on. I stuck it on there to see what it would look like, and it stayed stuck on there. All right, let's start with your left and right panels. The measurements for these will be the same. You'll want 2 of them. They're going to be 4 1/2 by 8 inches and then you're going to score each at half, and then you're going to tape them so that we can get them mounted into the signature. And then we're going to put this one on. All right, so the inside pieces are going to come from a 12 by 12 piece of paper. Let me get these up out of the way here. And so you're going to cut to fit round your corners on both of these, or don't round them. Whatever your decision is. If you ordered the collection from Scrap and Create, you would have gotten a little ribbon packet. We've already used some. You would have gotten a ribbon packet, and I'm using the black 3/8 of an inch. It's a bit sheer. I'm using that down here to embellish a little bit. And I did a test run just so that you can see. This one has art glitter glue and this one has tape. And you can see a bit of the shine of the tape, but you can't see the art glitter glue. So either one, in my opinion, will work. I chose to go with the tape. And then once we get those on, two of the small cards, I've flipped them over so that you've got some dedications that you can put here on this side of the card. So let's go ahead and get these put in. This is 12 by 12. I already told you that. Sorry. I'm trying to balance what I use where so as to not run out of one size of paper prematurely. And now I'm going to carefully pick this apart. I used 3/8 of an, the ribbon is 3/8 of an inch, and I used 3/8 inch tape to cover the back. I felt that if I was going to have a shine, it was going to be the full width of the ribbon. Now what I'm going to try to do, and if it doesn't work, I'll tape this down or glue it down. I just taped it across the bottom. I want to try to create a bit of a tuck, and there's no way to test that until you get it together, because I don't know how that's going to allow. Oh, it works just fine. Perfect. So it will succeed as a tuck. So we will go over here and we will put this one in. And again, this is out of the 12 by 12. Now I need to straighten this. There we go. All right, now here we've got the challenge again, how to get the fingernails I don't have up underneath. All right, now what I want to do, because I eyeballed that, is to lay my ruler down level. Now I went into my gusset a little bit, so I'm going to snip this out. I should have gone with the extra to the outside. It would have been easier to trim. So we'll just take this as a learning experience. There we go. I have to grab dropped my bone folder. Okay. And we're going to come up once again about 1/4 of an inch, put that in the center and put it down. Okay, nice little accent. And because I've got some bulk here, I am going, well, I can't because I'm going to put my papers. All right, so this sheet here is from your 8x8s. Bear with me, I'm going to look at my scraps, make sure I've got this right. Yes, this is out of your 8x8 pad. And these ended up, because these are 4 inches here, these ended up 3 7/8 across, and then I'm just going to glue them down. I'm going to push that up underneath there so I can see the edge. Pull this down just a little bit. And I'll do the other side. I feel like there should be something on here, but I'll come back to that a little later, I think. Or I was going to put these on the inside, and I am really waffling. Oh, it looks so much better here. These are 3 stickers off your sticker pack. I think those look just lovely right there. Perfect. Then it gives you room still for journaling or for photos. Okay, let's work on our right side flap. It's going to measure in at 4 1/4 across, and then you're going to score it at 1/2 inch, and you're going to score it at 5/8 of an inch so that we can create that gusset to wrap around our page. Ignore this, I had a boo-boo. I had to tape the paper back together. The only time anybody would know is right now, so. Okay, so let's just push back on that score line and kind of give it a little touch of hello. All right, now on the left side, the cut portion of this, whoops, upside down, is 6 3/4. You're going to score it at 1/2, and you're going to score it at 5/8. Now, whatever it is, again, whatever it is you're doing here, you need to make accommodations for. My trim here ended up being 5/8 once it was fully cut out, and I just simply glue it on the edge because it cuts this way. Okay, so let's go ahead and prop that on there. push back a little bit. There we go. Now this is where we need to add in our magnets. So I am using the large basic gray magnets that Scrap and Create sent. And I'm going to mount them on this side. Actually, I don't think I will. I'm going to put it here because I have more room on this panel than I do on this panel. So I'm going to put it right there. Take the tape off. And when you do this, make sure your tops and your bottoms and your gussets are all level and standing up the way they should be. Give it a little slide and it'll come right apart. Now this piece here is out of my scraps, and it's a part of the 12 by 12 sheets that we had played with earlier. And I do like to play with scraps. There's no sense sometimes in using perfectly good paper when you've got perfectly good scraps. Oh, Dad blast it. I did not want to glue this. I have a magnet here. Oh my gosh. Well, I just hope I don't have to ever get in there. And I've had to do it over the course of time. Every once in a while, I've had to get in and redo a magnet because it interfered with how the page was laid. So on this side, this is out of the 8 by 8, and you can tell the difference in the size of the images. So this is out of the 8 by 8 collection, and I'm taping this down. I'm not gonna glue it. I just got a little carried away there. This is so pretty, that green. I like that. And just a tad down the center to seal the connection. Pick that off, and then I'll just come in here, line things up, make sure I'm staying out of my gusset, commit the tape, now, on one of the, and I do believe this came out of the 12 by 12, there's a sheet of cutouts, a large cards, small cards, and then there was this piece. So I'm going to create just a tiny little pocket across the bottom here, and this is going to frame in on there, and now you've got a nice pocket, but you still have lots of room for putting in a very large photo. Pick this off. And this I will glue. beautiful. Makes a great little pocket. Just tuck something in there. And I might come back and add some sticker embellishments, but I like to give it some thought, so I'm not going to have you stare at me on video trying to figure out what I'm going to do there. All right, this piece over here, oh, I really blew this. I got way ahead of myself. This was supposed to be my outside, but oh well. So that it won't, well, I'm going to have to go around the corners on the other side. I try to lay things out in the order that they're supposed to go on. And every once in a while, they get mixed up. All right, so this piece came from the scraps. I do believe it's a 12 by 12. See, you're supposed to look at watermelons all the way across, but because I glued this down, I can't lift it off. So, it is what it is. And I put a rub on it on the top of this one. It's Sunshine on My Mind. And then I wanted to create a little pocket, but now I've got the tape on the wrong side because this was supposed to be, well, can I still do that? Yes, to kind of break this up a little bit, I'm still going to do that. So I'm taking one of the little cards, cutout cards, and I want to create a pocket down here. And this way you're coming in from the inside with your pocket. It will work. We will make it work. All right, this piece here is from the 12 by 12, so we can tell by the large items here on the back. And it's just going to come in right here on the front. Now, I'm using some of the corner embellishments out of the sticker sheet. I'm playing with the ephemera, the hot air balloon. I backed it on black cardstock so it would pop off this green. And then I'm using this card, cutout card, A Summer Afternoon, the two most beautiful words in the English language, Henry James. That's going to come down here with one of the postage stamps off the sticker packet. It's going to come sit right there. And then from your ephemera, if you'll find this piece, what we're going to do is we're going to set it right over this. And if you match up where the two cherries are on this to the two cherries here, it sits in there beautifully, and then you still see the leaves and the other floral arrangement coming in from underneath, so it really gives it kind of a 2D, 3D effect. And then from one of your 8 by 8 cut aparts, the sheets have got all the sayings and the cards, I've cut this strip out, and it says summer is my season, and I'm just going to put that right here so that we've got a finished decoration on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the hot air balloon. I was going to pop this up, but I thought, no, I'd rather pop up the small ephemera piece. So now if you want to do that, instead of popping up this little piece, go ahead and pop up your hot air balloon. So I'm going to take and I'm going to cover the cherries and just twist this a little bit around so that I can see underneath of here, I can see this beautiful spray, the leaves, these leaves, so it gives it again that dimensional appearance. And then, you know, I'm going to pull this, separate these two because I'm going to end up turning this over here in a minute. So then this piece I want to put down next. And we're going to come in about a 1/2 inch to 3/8 of an inch. I think we're going to go 3/8 of an inch. I didn't move the hot air balloon over enough. No worries, it's going to work. Okay. And then I want my postage stamp about here. And then we'll tape down the card. All right, let's put some tape on this. And then because there's a little bit of weight on the front of this, we're going to put a piece right down the center. Now I'll peel this off, and it will make it easier to place this in here. Perfect. So getting those two pieces of paper mixed up didn't really hurt anything at all, other than the flow in the pattern. Okay. Now, am I forgetting anything else? I feel like something should be done here, but I will, if I do something, I'll let you know in the next video. And then we've got our tucks and our big pocket there. Okay, let's go ahead and get some tape on the back side of this so we can get it in our album. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a I had cut the paper too short, and then I went to the trouble of taping it all back together and went to go recut it, and I went, what in the world did I do that for? Because I was hiding it anyway behind the big large pocket. So So we're going to take this off, and because these are too far on the inside, I'm going to take them off as well, because I'll pick the outside. All right, so what I want to do is I want to turn this way so I can see 3 of the 4 sides. So I'm coming right up to the edge, and then I'm making sure I am even here. Commit, and then I'm going to go in and pick apart. You can come over there. Pardon the head if I got it in the view. I'm going to pick this one out first. It's going to be easier to get it this way. And then I'll get this one out. Make sure your gusset is laying up the way it's supposed to. Give it a good old burnish. Okay. Voila. And we've got our nice pull-out already done. Love that watermelon seed. Could pull it out a little bit so there's an accent. That would be nice. And then we have this one done. I'll pull it out a little bit so there's a bit of an accent. And then I'm going to start working on this signature here in a little bit, so I'll see you when you come back. Bye-bye.